Hey everyone, I'm Chris, and I'm talking to you about a book by Tamsyn Muir, Gideon the Ninth. The first in the Locked Tomb series, it is a sci-fi fantasy novel that is an interesting mix between space stuff and occult magics. And now witness my occult editing power of summoning the script. Woo-wee-oo-wee-oo. Okay. Gideon, a young master of the sword, was raised in a life of servitude to the ninth house of occult magics and lots of skeletons. That's their thing, they summon skeletons. Every house has their own shtick. One day she tries to escape but is stopped by her nemesis, Harrowhark, the head and MVP necromancer of the ninth house. Harrowhark has been summoned to a deadly challenge where all the houses are going to come together in a test of wits and skill to become all-powerful immortals who will serve the Emperor in his space war. But a necromancer needs a cavalier, so Harrowhark pulls Gideon into the deadly trial, and they fight with sword and bones to save the ninth house. So necromancy is the magic that we're dealing with here. All the houses have they use some form of necromancy. They all do different variations of it. So it gets a little gritty. I think it's a bit like if the witches from the Dishonored games got some technology from the Firefly show and then brought along an NES and played way too much Castlevania. The setting and the characters can be a bit dark, but it's never overwhelming, because the author, in my opinion, did a great job of throwing in some genuinely funny moments that broke up the tension, but never really undermined it for me. Now, it is a bit of a spicy read. The characters can be violent, they can be foul-mouthed, they're a bit sexual sometimes, but again, it's never gratuitous. Just a bit edgy. The right amount of edge. I think my biggest gripe with this book is that it's a bit hard to keep track of everyone because they all have really weird fantasy names. The aforementioned Harrowhark, her full name is Harrowhark Nonagesimus. Sometimes she's called Nona. I mean, nicknames make it a bit easier, but when you got like 20 different characters and all of them have the wackiest names I've ever heard, it's tough to keep track of everyone, and it really occurred to me that how important it is when they started dying off, because then it turns into a bit of a whodunit, and you really have to pay attention to who they are and where they are and what they're doing. You need a flowchart for this. But aside from the little bit of confusion I had over the characters and their relationships to each other, they were very fun to read about. So the characters were very fun. The setting was very interesting and dramatic. Overall, I'd say it's a pretty good book. Definitely can't wait for the next one in the series. 5 out of 5. Thank you for tuning in to watch this video. If you liked it, then please leave a like, do a subscribe, and hit a bell for notifications if you'd like to see more things like this. Cool. Have a great day. Okay, bye.